Come, let us explore a new way to meditate without trying so hard. Together, let us recite first the root text and then the commentary to the 22nd passage of Vast Expanse of the Diamond-like Mind, composed by Vajra, one of the greatest reformers of Buddhism. Together, the authentic condition of our Buddha nature being thus: by being shown as it is attained. As the authentic condition is the very essence, its manifestation arises from it. Imaho, oh how marvelous. We hear fanciful talk of a Buddha nature. What is it, really? In days of yore, before iPhones, imaging technology, typewriters, or even railroads, great meditators intuited that by forcing concentration and contemplation, take two, I added a word, great meditators intuited that forcing concentration and contemplation did more harm than good, and that there seemed to be an effortless way to notice and release that was healing and transformative. This was described as our Buddha nature, or Tathagata in Sanskrit. Over the last 20 years or so, functional magnetic resonance imaging studies, or fMRIs, have revealed that it is the front of our brains that are abused to actively focus as well as analyze, and that overuse of that region triggers an area known as the amygdala. Oopsie. Pardon me. Whew. Triggers an area known as the amygdala, which functions as the seat of anxiety as well as aggression. fMRI studies have also shown that every time we inhale, our sympathetic nervous system, ensconced within the middle third of our spinal cord, has evolved to notice vulnerably, passively, viscerally, randomly, and fleetingly. It has evolved to perceive sights, sounds, sensations, flavors, and scents, as well as notice emotions, intentions, thoughts, memories, and imaginings. fMRI studies have also shown that with each exhalation, our parasympathetic nervous system, divided between the lower third and upper third of that same spinal cord, has evolved to physically relax and mentally release to such a degree that which we noticed during our previous inhalation could feel fleetingly less tantalizing, less permanent, and less defining. In fact, it could feel as non-graspable as a vast empty void. Excuse me, this is quite nasty. In fact, it could feel as non-graspable as a vast, empty void, like the illusion of the infinite azure sky on a bright and beautiful cloudless morn, which, although could look tantalizing to the eye, could feel non-graspable to the hand. The authentic condition of our Buddha nature being thus. As we slouch through life, we are continually offered the same choice over and over and over. Do we compete against our autonomic nervous system, actively focusing and analyzing? Or do we passively cooperate with our Buddha nature, with both our sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems? By silently and mentally reciting both the verb watch during our inhalation and the verb rest during each exhalation. By being shown as it is attained. No agenda is required. Oh, one moment. No agenda is required. We could vulnerably notice whatever seems to cartwheel. Across the stage of our mind, be it external or internal, physical or mental, pleasurable or painful, interesting or boring, glorious or grotesque. At last we are free to shed all pretense of so-called perfect being or thinking or feeling. And instead be honest about the three-ring circus of the mental, the interpersonal, the physical, and the circumstantial phenomena in which we seem to be dog-paddling, as the authentic condition is the very essence. Merely noticing these and relaxing into them is the essence of mindfulness and meditation, which are the 7th and 8th folds of the Buddha's Eightfold Path, through the practicing of which the remaining 6 folds effortlessly flow. Its manifestation arises from it, Emaho. Oh, how marvelous. Oh, what a delight that by sitting for an hour, about once every 12 hours or so, we could so master cooperating with the mindfulness and meditation latent within our autonomic nervous system that we practice them spontaneously, habitually, easily, and effectively after as little as 7 days. Could that be why a nickname for enlightenment is nothing special? The authentic condition of our... So now that we've understood, now that we've waded through the commentary, let's return to the root text with a bit more understanding. The authentic condition of our Buddha nature being thus, by being shown as it is attained. As the authentic condition is the very essence, its manifestation arises from it. Emaho, oh how marvelous. Come, let us harmonize with the natural. Mindfulness and meditation, that are our birthright. One moment, if you please. Hmm. Okay. So, I think it could be quite lovely if together as a team we chanted this quatrain thricely. May all delight in sitting, watching, and resting. No, this is not a prayer. But when a group of people sing together, they synchronize their breathing and to a certain degree, their thinking. May all delight in sitting, watching, and resting. May all delight in sitting, watching, and resting. Having completed our opening lesson, it's time for us to now shift gears. It is Rey Skywalker Sunday morning. Let us meditate like a Jedi after approximately 30 seconds of housekeeping. This is the Dzogchen Semde Lama Jigme Gyatso of the Buddha Joy Meditation School. For more than 30 years, I have harnessed my autistic special interests as well as my ADHD hyperfocus to spend about 8 hours a day, almost every day, studying, practicing, mastering, and reverse engineering the teachings and techniques of each school of meditation so that I could become your personal, nerdy, neurodivergent guide to Nirvana. Welcome, my friends, to meditate like a Jedi. Which is made possible due to the generosity of viewers just like you. For the remainder of this morning's live stream, let's play with the latest iteration of very easy meditation practice text, or sadhana, if you're nasty. And now let us apply the instructions we chanted, or at least recited, during our opening lesson. Silently and mentally reciting the verb watch each time we feel air enter our nostrils, and silently and mentally reciting the verb rest each time we feel air exit our nostrils. Let us sit in a sustainable posture as we can, while giving our joints permission to be as uncooperative as they may be. The moment you have a specific question about Buddhist philosophy or meditation, do not hesitate to type your question in great detail in the chat window, for I tend to check for questions approximately every 13 minutes or so. If you're watching a replay of this, type your question in the comment area. I'll do my best to get back to you with a YouTube short. YouTube short sounds like a euphemism for a shot, doesn't it? Good morning and welcome to the group meditation. We have a choice when we sit to meditate, whether we actively compete against the Buddha nature of our autonomic nervous system or whether we passively cooperate with it. When we overfocus and overanalyze in dependence upon the front part of our brain, medial and dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, we can fatigue these tissues to the point that we begin presenting with symptoms of depression, as well as trigger our amygdala, the seat of both anxiety and aggression. However, when we cooperate with the two facets of our autonomic nervous system, that is our Buddha nature, the amygdala is calmed and the anterior cingulate gyrus is stimulated, which functions as the hub of our mirror neurons, the seat of empathy, the root of both compassion and love. Every time we inhale, whether we know it or not, we are wired to automatically access the sympathetic nervous system ensconced within the middle third of our spinal cord. This bad boy has evolved to help us to vulnerably, passively, viscerally, randomly, and fleetingly notice mind's antics of perception, emotion, intention, cognition, recollection, and imagination. We can dispense with the childish, controlling tendencies to select what we notice, and instead be vulnerable to all manner of phenomena, whatever comes up, be it external or internal, physical or mental, pleasurable or painful, interesting or boring, glorious or grotesque. Every time we exhale, we are wired to automatically access the parasympathetic nervous system, divided between the lower third and the upper third of that same spinal cord. This parasympathetic nervous system has evolved to support both physical relaxation as well as mental release, to the point that which we noticed during our previous inhalation could fleetingly feel less stressful, less permanent, and less defining. The key to cooperating with the two facets of our autonomic nervous system is to do so passively, and that can be done as simply as silently and mentally reciting the verb watched each time we feel air enter our nostrils, and silently and mentally reciting the verb rest each time we feel air exit our nostrils. Unless, of course, you have a stuffy nose, then you can use your mouth. Asphyxiation is not an option. The moment you have a specific question about Buddhist philosophy or meditation, there is no do not hesitate to type your question in great detail in the chat window, for I tend to check for questions about every 13 minutes or so. So now let us sit as sustainably as we can and practice. Together, let us harmonize our bodies, breath, and brains through this simple as together we chant. May all delight in sitting, watching, and resting. May all delight in sitting, watching, and resting. May all delight in sitting, watching, and resting. You have taken your first step into a much larger world. If you feel that I have earned it, you could give this live stream a thumbs up. You could even help support this channel. In approximately 11 hours, I would very much like to return to lead today's evening meditation class, as well as group practice. And if you are as geeky as me, may the Force be with you always.